What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we are here with the developer discussion for the 12/18 notice here, guys. So let's actually go through it here and talk about everything that's coming for Genshin Impact in the upcoming update. So we have some big things here, guys, with this title here. Cross-Co-op mode now available for world levels 8 and 9, and increased artifact inventory limit. Developers discussion 12/18/2024. So let's actually scroll down here, guys, and we'll talk about all the things that are coming with this update. So, hi Traveler, the latest developer note is here. Let's take a look at the adjustments and optimizations that this new version update has in store for us. So we have cross-co-op mode now available for worlds level 8 and 9, and increased artifact inventory limit. So, hi Traveler, the latest developer note is here. Let's take a look at the adjustments and optimizations. So, in order to enjoy a more comfortable co-op experience and adventure with your friends with more ease, starting from version 5.3, travelers with world levels 8 and 9 will be able to freely enter each other's worlds. Yo, that's actually crazy cool. The enemy levels and drops will be based on the world level of the world you are currently in. Okay, which is fair. So, seamless, repeatable boss fights. In a new version, after collecting reward from boss fights, the bosses will respawn immediately, allowing you to keep challenging them, except for the Dominator Wolves and the Lupus Boreas. So those are like the weekly bosses, right? So those wouldn't count. But yeah, that's really cool. I mean, that's really accessible for people grinding their, their ascension materials, guys. I think that's really nice that they have that. Next thing they got is upgraded recommendations to quickly select suitable artifacts. So did you run into the following problem when selecting or enhancing your artifacts in the previous version? So let's find out. How many times has this minor fix been enhanced? True. What artifacts should my characters use? Very true. Do I use a 2+2 combination, or do I go a 4-piece? That's very true as well. I mean, all of these things are things I would question, right? Which minor affixes are important? What should be the main affix of my goblet, circlet, etc.? Looking everywhere for artifact recommendations is too troublesome, and to help access artifact recommendations at your fingertips and easily gauge the quality of certain artifacts, we have made the following optimization in version 5.3 to cut down on steps when looking for suitable artifacts. So building your characters will be more hassle-free. Now, optimization 1 is going to be highlighted recommended affixes. So in the new version, when you view artifacts on the character interface, the recommended main and minor affixes for the character will be highlighted to help you quickly decide if a artifact suits the character, letting you pick the right one to enhance or equip. So right here we have the non-highlighted one, and then we have the highlighted one saying, obviously Nouvellette wants HP percent and crit rate, which makes sense, which is good. I like that they do that. So now it tells you what, what affixes are going to be good on a character. I think that's a really good change. Now, at the same time, in the section right here, in the sorting menu, the recommended affixes will be displayed at the top with the thumbs up special reminder. So you can see here, hydro damage bonus, HP percentage, crit damage, crit rate. Makes sense, guys. This is what you want for a Nouvellette. It's true, right? So if they actually implement this in the game, that's a really cool way for people that, maybe aren't too invested into, what's super meta and knowing what's super meta for characters and stuff. This is going to be a great way for them to understand it just from the game itself. The game would teach them the way to do it anyway. So that's great. Now, in addition, we will help to help save the time on calculations and quickly determining the value of artifacts in the new version. When enhancing artifacts or using the comparative view artifact stats, you will be able to see the number of times each minor affix will be enhanced. So it'll tell you here, which I think Starl has this, feature as well. But pretty much the crit rate right here went in one roll, and then you got 2 rolls in attack. So it tells you how many rolls you got in that piece. So we'll actually see, guys, which artifacts are the crazy ones and which ones are the bad ones, pretty much. I really like that feature, actually. That's a really good feature. When comparing artifacts here, you can see that this one obviously has, 1 roll in HP, 1 roll in critical damage, 2 rolls in EM, but then you have this one right here where it got 2 flat attack, 1 in attack percent, and then 1 in energy recharge. So yeah, I mean, that's really cool. With the help of the highlighted recommendation affixes and the affix enhancement count to best build your characters. Data sourced from recently active players, which is good, because if sourcing it from players that are playing the game, consistently on a consistent basis, then most likely the builds are going to be all, very good, right? It's going to be like hydro damage, crit damage, HP percent for, for an example here being Nouvellette. So that's really good. Optimization 2. All-in-one artifact recommendations. In version 5.3, when equipping artifacts, you can view the artifacts used by recently active players from a convenient one-stop interface via artifact recommendations. In the top right corner to easily gather any required information, you can directly click the recommended sets of main affixes and main affixes and minor affixes on this interface to quickly filter existing artifacts. The artifact recommendations for new characters will be available within a week after their release. So that's really good. So right here, guys, we can see here in the little GIF, you're going to click on the artifact recommendations, and it's going to tell you to oh wow, it actually like highlights the ones that are of the recommended set bonus of the main stat you're looking for and the thing you're looking for. So that's really good in terms of finding the artifact that you want to level up, or, you know, the best one that you have for a specific character. I think that's a really good update right there too. So taking Zhongli as an example, so obviously Zhongli wants an HP sense, he wants to have a ton of HP, so they're obviously going with tenacity right there as being his most used, which is true. So that is very, very good. Alright, manually sorting artifacts is way too troublesome. If only we could tidy them up in one go. You said it, look over here. The use recommended order option has been added to the sorting menu, and this can arrange artifacts based on their compatibility with your characters, saving time and effort. So after selecting the use recommended order, you will not be able to filter by individual affixes. So you can, right here, so before enabling it says use recommended order. And then, and then after enabling, you would see here, it shows the one with the highest crit damage, and then from then on. So it would be, using the recommended order for that sense. So that's actually cool. You know, that tells me which one's the best one for the character that I'm trying to build. So that's really good. If I do get, you know, multiple pieces of, you know, let's say a Sans, right? That's a good example right there. So that's really good, guys. And then, artifact inventory limit has been increased. In the new version, the number of artifacts that can be stored in the inventory will be increased to 2,100. Hey, man, that's a W right there, guys. If you guys heard the whole, like, Saint Tontaz drama, right? He was like, oh, you know, in Wuthering Waves, you know, they don't need to increase the inventory space. You just have to delete your artifacts. You got Genshin right here, guys, adding more storage. I mean, hey, you know, we'll take it, right? This brings the latest session of developer discussion to an end. Happy travels, traveler. So there we go, guys. That is pretty much the full explanation there of the developer discussion for the 12.18 you know, notice here. So the main takeaways, in my opinion, guys, are that we get to play co-op with friends very easily now in the version 5.3 update. That's gonna be really fun. If you guys like don't really play, you know, with a bunch of other people in Genshin, you're probably not gonna really like, you know, like this feature, but this is a really nice feature for if you have a ton of friends that you play with every single day. For me myself, I have a bunch of other people that do play Genshin Impact that I would join on a regular basis, and I think this is a really good feature that they've actually added here. Really nice stuff in my opinion. And then this right here I think is really good too, where you have a seamless repeatable boss fight. And you know, obviously, you know, it wouldn't work for the weeklies, but for the regular boss fights I think that's great, you know, because that allows you to, you know, when you're in a co-op lobby with, you know, a bunch of your friends, you can start grinding the boss together. You know, you're just grinding out the boss, and I think that's a really, really cool thing that they've done, obviously, right? Is respawning immediately should have been a thing already, but I guess just because, you know, people might not be prepped for the boss or whatever the case, that's probably what they had before. But now that they know, people just want to get back into the fight and they don't want to have to TP away and then TP back. I think this is a great addition. And then, yeah, obviously the artifact sorting and stuff, guys, I think this is really good. Them telling you what's the stuff you need is really good for people trying to make builds that are not informed on what is good for a character. So this is really nice to have built into the game so that people know about it, right? I think that's great. So just knowing that, okay, Hydro Goblet is going to be better for Nuvalet, and these substats are going to be better overall as well, right? I think that's really good to know. And, you know, crit rate, crit damage, you know, HP percentage, that's how you would know to build a character correctly with specifically Nuvalet, and I'm glad that they had that as an addition. And then telling us the amount of rolls as well. You guys will be able to see all my crazy pieces now. Yo, that's crazy. I'm glad they definitely did that, man. No, that's really good. And then, yeah, and then obviously, you know, telling you the recommended options and then filtering it by the recommended options is another really good feature too. Yeah, I mean, guys, I think this overall is a really good quality of life update, man, in general. So, and then obviously, yeah, increasing the artifact inventory limit too. What can we complain about that, man? Like, I mean, that's obviously really, really good. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of the developer discussion. That's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day, guys. See you there, man.